If you've been searching for how to balance self care in midlife with home management and family life, this is for you. I'm Michelle, mom of four, grandma, and your self care and confidence coach. And around here, I believe you don't need a total life overhaul, just small, simple strides that make balance possible every day. I know what it feels like to take care of your home, your family, and still at the end of the day, you feel drained and you feel guilty when you slow down and wondering where you even fit in anymore, right? This is a new season of life. For me, it wasn't just the exhaustion, but it was the loneliness and this quiet question in the back of my mind, asking myself, who am I if I'm not mothering full time anymore? If you're nodding along with me right now, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my weekly tips and stay with me because I am going to share exactly how I finally found balance between caring for my family and home and caring for myself. So there was a time when my three oldest kids, they were already grown and it was just my youngest still at home. And I don't remember the exact day, but I remember looking in the mirror one day and honestly, I barely recognized myself. Have you ever been there? I had spent so many years making sure the house was spotless and taken care of. The meals were ready for everyone. The kids were all taken care of. But in the process, I was skipping meals. I was running myself down and I wasn't going anywhere or doing anything for me anymore. And what really hit me wasn't just the exhaustion, but there was loneliness by that point too, because when your kids are grown, your friendships change, your routines shift. And so I found myself asking, who am I outside of taking care of everyone else? That moment was like a wake up call for me. I realized that balance could not just mean a clean house and checking off my to do list anymore. Balance needed to include me somewhere. So, what I've learned is balance is not just about perfection, right? It's progress and finding small ways to include yourself too. You got to make the list, right? We got to make our own to do list. So the first thing I did was redefine balance. I used to think that it meant spotless floors, folded laundry, and all the things done before I could sit down. But that left me empty. True balance started when I included myself on that list. Now, balance looks more like starting a load of laundry and giving myself a few quiet moments with a cup of coffee in my journal or a little music in my ears, something, right? The next thing were tiny strides, these little small steps. They add up. Binge cleaning or big resets, they worked, but they always ended in burnout. Am I right? What works now for me is what I call my simple strides 15 minutes in my home and one small act of self care. For instance, wipe the bathroom counter and write in my journal, like, a cup of coffee, music, a mantra. That's what rejuvenates me and gives me energy again, right? Then the last thing is to anchor yourself with simple routine. Simple being the key word. And when I say anchor, I mean something that you can count, a steady touch point that grounds you. Just like an anchor steadies a ship, your anchors, your simple routines, these are these little routines or little habits that are going to keep you steady when life feels busy or overwhelming. Anchors don't have to be fancy, they're just little things that keep you returning to you again, right? And to feel more like yourself when life feels overwhelming. Because when life gets overwhelming, routine hold you steady. Mine started with one little thing, a quiet cup of coffee before anyone else woke up. Over time, I added little things to that cup of coffee, journaling, stretching, reading for my mindset. And these anchors remind me of who I am and keep me grounded. So here's what I want you to remember balance isn't about doing everything perfectly, It's about redefining balance to include you, trusting that these tiny strides add up, and creating simple routines that anchor you. That's when you finally start to feel like yourself again. The truth is that not every routine works the same for every woman. That's why I've created my self care style quiz. It's free and it helps you to discover your personal style. Here's the truth: not every routine works the same for every woman. That's why I've created the self care style quiz. It's free and it helps you discover what your personal style and the next best stride forward for you. You'll find the link in the description. And I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment and tell me, what does balance mean to you right now in this season of your life? And remember, gorgeous, it's progress, not perfection, that creates balance. See you next time.